This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. May the 19th, and believe it or not, we hit triple digits yesterday in May.
I know, so much so I had to bring iced coffee to work this morning. That's what's in here. Not regular coffee. I had made the switch and transitioned to iced coffee because it's just far too hot outside.
I know John Scalzi is shocked. 100 degrees in May, John.
You know, pretty unusual for this time of year. Now, we've seen 100-degree temperatures around here before. Our record of any day of the year of the entire history of record keeping is 101. So we're pretty close to that. But it's normally in the dog days this summer when we get there, and we're not there yet. So it's pretty remarkable little heat wave we've got going here. That record, by the way, stood for almost 75 years, and the old temperature was 97. So we beat it by a good margin, 3 degrees with 100. 3 degrees means a lot in a peninsula like Florida. Not much in the way of rainfall falling right now. We don't see much in the way of a rainfall chance during the morning hours, but by afternoon, slightly better chance. You saw some cloud cover there. That may help hold our temperatures down a couple of degrees today. We'll call it 96. If we do hit that, we will break another record here again today in Sarasota. Back to you guys.
All right. Wow. Thank you, John. Checking roads right now. First off in Manatee County. A little slow down there around Onico. A little icon there. We'll check what that is. Perhaps we'll find out, and we'll get back to that in about 15 minutes. Farther south now into Sarasota County, a buildup on Bee Ridge Road as you head away from US 41. Also Clark Road. Really curious there on Siesta Key. Let's stay there for one moment only. Siesta Key has a buildup in the southbound lane there, Ocean Boulevard around Midnight Pass. Not sure why. And farther south, all smooth at 6:03 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news this half hour as President Trump prepares for his first official foreign trip. He's still dealing with a tough week right here at home.
For the first time, the president responded to an FBI special counsel. The latest from Janae Norman.
The president is sticking to his guns, insisting the FBI's investigation is nothing more than a witch hunt, even as members of his own party aren't sticking with him.
The entire thing has been a witch hunt, and there is no collusion between certainly myself and my campaign.
I think this is a serious investigation.
He's entitled to his opinion. I would suggest to the president that one has been appointed. Honor that decision, cooperate where it's appropriate.
Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, the man who appointed the special counsel to take over the investigation, was on Capitol Hill briefing all 100 senators on his decision.
To make certain the American people felt that this was going to be handled fairly and justly.
Meanwhile, on the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue, the president was asked during a news conference whether he tried to get former FBI Director James Comey to shut down his investigation into fired National Security Advisor Michael Flynn.
Did you at any time urge former FBI Director James Comey in any way, shape, or form to close or to back down the investigation into Michael Flynn? And also, as you look back...
No. Next question.
The answer, setting up a showdown with Comey, who reportedly took detailed notes of his conversation with the president before sealing his fate with this testimony Trump vented about.
It makes me mildly nauseous to think that we might have had some impact on the election.
That was a poor performance. I believe that's why the Deputy Attorney General went out and wrote his very, very strong letter.
The president has admitted he was already planning to fire Comey regardless of Rosenstein's recommendation. And as Comey is invited to testify before Congress next week, this controversy is likely to follow the president on his first trip abroad. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
And speaking of that trip, the president will make stops in Saudi Arabia, Israel, Palestine, and the Vatican. And he'll also address the U.S.'s NATO alliance in Belgium.
After a car hit nearly 24 pedestrians in the middle of Times Square, a man is now in custody. New York authorities say formal charges against Richard Rojas were filed Thursday afternoon. Police say the 26-year-old was the driver of the car and was speeding when he struck 23 pedestrians. 18-year-old Alyssa Ellsman was one of those. She was killed. 22 victims were taken to the hospital with multiple injuries. Rojas was taken into custody at the scene. The 26-year-old has been charged with murder, 20 counts of murder, attempted murder rather, and 5 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide. And an update now on the Tennessee teacher accused of kidnapping a 15-year-old and taking her to California. A federal grand jury is charging Tad Cummins with taking a minor across state lines for sex. as well as obstruction of justice. A federal judge is ordering that he remain in custody until his trial, calling him a flight risk and a danger to the community. He was arrested last month after nearly a month on the run with 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas. Well, it's been a rough weather week with tornadoes hitting a large stretch of the U.S. over several days.
And there's also snow in Colorado, and a lot of it. Andy Rose has the story.
The National Weather Service confirmed a series of tornadoes in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and Wisconsin on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday saw second and third unwanted helpings of severe storms. There was also lightning and downed power lines and power outages. Colorado even saw spring snow on Thursday, and earlier in the week, May snow hit the Sierras. An 85-year-old man in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, had a very close call when a large tree fell on his house.
We've had a lot of storms come through, but I never had one that scared me like that. I thought God was coming down to get me. Like that, see? Yeah. So here I am. Thank God I made it another day.
Not everyone was so fortunate. A tornado killed one person and injured more than 24 others as it ripped through a mobile home park in northwestern Wisconsin. Residents got a full day of access to their property for the first time Thursday.
It's a nightmare. Yeah, we're very lucky we didn't lose more lives. That's the big thing. A lot of people are hurt. A lot of people got in the hospitals.
There was another weather-related death Tuesday in Oklahoma, followed by yet another on Wednesday in Iowa. I'm Andy Rose reporting.
So right now, some 30 million Americans, 30 million, are under a weather threat.
And with hurricane season just 2 weeks away, the Florida fund that helps private insurers pay out claims after a hurricane, it's in pretty good shape. Estimates by financial firm Raymond James show that the Florida Hurricane Catastrophe Fund will have more than $17 billion available this year. This is the second year in a row that fund has more money than it would need to pay out if storms slammed the Sunshine State. The financial health of the fund is also important because the state can impose a surcharge on most insurance policies to replenish that money if it runs out.
Well, this might be the best video of the day, a unique test to see if your garbage cans can withstand a hungry bear. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission wants people to better secure their garbage so fewer bears will stop in the neighborhood. During a demonstration, FWC showed 2 bears trying to open a trash can filled with donuts. Half an hour, they could not get that lid off. FWC officials hope that over time these trash cans will become the norm for residents.
This equipment is expensive, and over time, what we're hoping is the more equipment that's out there, the more folks realize this is working, and the counties or the cities can actually incorporate that into their next waste management contract.
FWC received $825,000 to help residents in 11 counties get bear-resistant trash cans. That's a tease, locking donuts inside there and being hungry bears.
Mean.
Those poor bears.
But it's a good idea.
It is.
Good idea. They're expensive, those garbage cans.
Apparently so.
Yeah. $300 or so per garbage can.
Wow.
$300?
Yeah.
Do you have some?
No, I don't. But if I wanted one, I would need some of that money that they're handing out there to get one. They're quite pricey. To put them through a whole district would be an expensive proposition. We have across our region again today, probably the 5th day in a row of record-breaking temperatures. Talk about that in a minute.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Ringling Brothers Circus may be ending this weekend, but their show inspired some big collections right here on the Suncoast.
Make some popcorn. We're going to show you an amazing collection in Sarasota County, and here's some pointed remarks by that collector about Kenneth Feld's decision to drop the circus next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you're in for a ride. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Beatsville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone. And dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature coming in at 77 degrees with a dew point of 71. Hot and steamy outside, and it is going to be a hot and steamy day. Over the last 4 days, we have hit temperatures that have been 95 degrees or above and have broken records each and every day. I think today we're looking at breaking a record as well, as the daytime high temperature record of the day is 95. And we are going to get very close to that, if not exceeding it. A little bit of fair weather cloudiness out there. East wind coming in at about 10. That easterly wind is through a fairly deep margin of the atmosphere. Then it shifts a little more to the southeast in the layer that mixes surface air, to the smoke that you smell coming from fires back to the east of us. And of course, the rain tree fire is one of them. And that will probably start to mix away as we get a little daytime heating. So if that's catching your attention, that smoke smell in the air, we'll probably be able to let go of that smell by about 10, 11 o'clock or so. 75 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka Parish, Bradenton coming in at 76, Hills Lakewood Ranch, Northport as well. Punta Gorda comes in at 75 degrees, and we have 76 in Venice, Inglewood, and Longboat Key. Across the region today, better rain chances, and here's why. You look at the water vapor imagery, which is kind of a snapshot of the upper layers of the atmosphere, and it shows you where the moisture is, where it is not, what the swirls and motions of the atmosphere are doing. And you can kind of see right away that the amount of tan color in this imagery is shrinking. Well, the tan color is the dry air, and the dry air is slowly getting an injection of moisture so that as we head into the afternoon, maybe our rain chances will be a little bit better. Plus, the high pressure ridge responsible for all that dry air out in the Atlantic is starting to be kind of nudged away by the forward motion of this trough system back to the west. As it moves east, it pushes our high a little bit further to the east as well. And consequently, its grip on the state of Florida is lessened a little bit, and we get a chance to maybe develop a stronger sea breeze. And with a little bit more moisture and, of course, the ridiculously warm temperatures across the state, we have a decent chance of seeing some rainfall today in inland areas as well, places that haven't seen a lot of rain. The trend will continue right straight into the weekend. Our temperatures today will top out, like I said, very close to breaking the all-time record, or maybe even a little better than that. And then over the next several days, our temperatures remain warm. Our rain chances remain marginal, at least, but we'll have to trend down those rain chances for the start of next work week. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, there is a roadblock in Manatee County. We're working to find out some more information for you on that. Other than that, looks like no congestion really going on in Manatee County. In Sarasota County, some congestion at Clark Road right as you cross over by Stickney Point as you get off 41. Also, I-75 seeing a little bit of slowdowns as you head towards north towards Tampa. Taking a look into South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. No accidents across the Suncoast this morning. The final performance of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is this Sunday in New York, and that's a day on the calendar that some circus fans never thought they would see.
Yeah, I met a local circus collector who gave me a tour of his garage and also made a strong comment about Feld Entertainment's decision to drop the Ringling Circus. Pete Adams' Sarasota living room is shelf after shelf decorated with circus memorabilia. There's a wagon wheel in the front vestibule, a signed portrait of Red Skelton on the wall above it, and over on that shelf, a clown shoe that turns into much more.
Three-ring circus.
But Pete is actually holding back in the main house. Wait until you see his garage.
These are actual season passes from the greatest show on earth that I've just acquired.
His garage is filled with more than 20,000 posters, hats, binder after binder after binder of pictures. What kind of things do you have back here?
Basically models of the circus. This is of Pidner, it's a French circus, and the models. And then this is Chipperfield's down here on the lower two shelves, and both of those are, of course, British.
Both of those are British, and as for Pete, he's from Maryland. So how'd this all get started?
When I was a kid, my parents, for my birthday in November, always took me to the Shrine Circus.
Fast forward 50 colorful years, and when it was time to retire, Pete and his wife knew they had to come to Sarasota.
I decided that we wanted to be close to the circus.
And Pete says since they arrived back in 2003 with their U-Haul trailer, his collection has since taken off, including 5,000 posters.
Russian poster. Yeah. This is Polish. Cirque. Oh. King Brothers. Okay, probably only played one day or 2 days.
And as you walk through his collection in the garage, you begin to realize Ringling Brothers is not the only circus. And even though Sunday marks the end of Ringling Brothers Circus, circuses will go on.
My personal opinion on the demise of Ringling, other people will step up. Just like somebody stepped up to repurchase the Big Apple Circus in New York.
Having said that, Adams admits he is disappointed at Kenneth Feld Jr. of Manatee County, who pulled the plug on the Ringling Circus.
If his dad was still alive, he'd be very disappointed in his family. I truly believe that they made their money to buy the operations that they have today based upon what they made originally from the circus sales.
But another collector we spoke with via Skype in Wisconsin understands the decision. Richard Bennett is the one who recently auctioned off dozens of items from Ringling's personal collection.
Most everything was given to me by Ida B. Ringling.
And even though he's a huge Ringling fan, he says he understands people nowadays aren't involved in circuses since they can now see everything at home on their computer. But despite the changing times, Sarasota historian Jeff LaHerd thinks interest in Sarasota as a circus destination will continue to attract collectors like Pete Adams.
I think it'll stay the same. I mean, obviously some of it will diminish if some of the show folks die off. But the institutions like the Ringling Art Museum, the Ringling Museum of the Circus, Gottesdown, all of that, and the Ringling name will always be here.
And as long as institutions and museums will be here, Pete Adams will be here as well.
This is from a Chinese group that did an international performance.
So Ringling's last show is this weekend in Long Island. Adams will not be going to that. He said he and his wife saw Ringling's final show when it was recently here in Tampa. So he began this fascination as a little boy when his parents took him to the circus, and now all these years later, he's hooked.
I know, and so many people have one of those collections. I mean, you've seen spoons, you see coffee cups, all sorts of things, but circus memorabilia is a little different, not what you normally hear about.
Yeah,
so.
and he moved to Sarasota to be around the circus community.
How crazy.
Not the beach, the circus community.
Interesting.
Still ahead, a legal battle over the late Alan Thicke's estate.
We'll tell you why his widow and children are refusing to give up in that fight after this.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You've got to see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Well, we hit 100 degrees yesterday.
Ooh,
so
hot.
Good day to be in Sarasota Bay. There's a shot of the 10th Street boat ramp. Undergoing repair shortly.
Nice dip in that water. Sounds refreshing on a hot day like yesterday and probably today as well.
Forecast coming up right now at 6:24 on your Friday morning.
Well, Alan Thicke's sons are in a legal battle against his widow over the late actor's estate.
And the fight is getting worse this morning. Diane Macedo explains.
In this morning's GMA First Look, unscripted drama surrounding the estate of one of TV's favorite dads.
So, like, the hot for you, Grandma?
Alan Thicke's two oldest sons, including R&B singer Robin Thicke, have filed a complaint in LA Superior Court seeking to uphold their father's living trust. They claim their stepmother, Thicke's third wife, Tanya Thicke, is demanding a bigger cut of the estate, insisting her prenuptial agreement is invalid.
My darling Tanya here.
The attorney for the former model denies she's contesting the prenup, telling ABC News, quote, "It is clear that Alan's sons have chosen this distasteful public smear tactic to bully Tanya by stirring up the tabloid media, filing a bogus lawsuit, and refusing family mediation. And we will have more on the Thicke family feud coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Hi, I'm Frank. I take Movantik for OIC, opioid-induced constipation. Had a bad back injury. My doctor prescribed opioids, which helped with the chronic pain, but backed me up. Big time. Tried prunes, laxatives, still constipated. Had to talk to my doctor. She said, "How long you been holding this in?" That was my Movantik moment. My doctor told me that Movantik is specifically designed for OIC and can help you go more often. Don't take Movantik if you have a bowel blockage or a history of them. Movantik may cause serious side effects, including symptoms of opioid withdrawal, severe stomach pain and/or diarrhea, and tears in the stomach or intestine. Tell your doctor about any side effects and about medicines you take. Movantik may interact with them, causing side effects. Why hold it in? Have your Movantik moment. Talk to your doctor about opioid-induced constipation. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, heavy smoke and flames seen for miles as dozens of firefighters fight the blaze. How officials say it all got started.
Plus, a jury may get the case today in the Andres Avalos triple murder trial. Closing arguments are set for this morning.
And another victory in the ongoing fight against the opioid epidemic. How much federal money the Suncoast is set to receive to combat that issue. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
If you thought it was hot yesterday, you are correct. It was simmering 100 degrees on the Suncoast on Thursday.
I did not think that was going to happen so soon when I moved here.
Yeah, the dog days of summer at May 19th. Good morning, I'm Ray Collins.
Yeah. They're here. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center, who can tell us a little bit more about those hot and humid temperatures out there.
Yeah, it's remarkable for this time of year to see a temperature that warm. I mean, we do, on occasion, hit 100 degrees in Florida, but usually in the dog days of summer. And when we do in the dog days of summer, it's a remarkable temperature. I mean, on a peninsula surrounded by water, you just don't normally see those kinds of temperatures. So we are on a streak. This could be the 4th day in a row of record-breaking warm temperatures. Today's daytime high record is 95. We're going to get very close to that, if not exceed it, later on today as well. Not much in the way of rainfall across the region. Titan radar not showing any kind of drops of rain falling. We have a little bit of cloud cover to the north of us. That cloud cover may help hold down our temperatures a few degrees, but not enough to keep us from approaching and maybe breaking that record. Slightly better rain chance today at about 30%. Otherwise, another hot day on the Suncoast. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Big traffic event coming up this weekend. Of course, the Diverging Diamond will take you live there in a matter of moments. But first off, checking the maps. The Green Bridge, the western of the two bridges from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton, is a little more crowded right now. Farther south, we'll see in Sarasota County a B Ridge from the westbound lane, slow around McIntosh and Beneva. We're going to take a live picture now. No, not quite yet. Also, there we go. Live picture of the Diverging Diamond project. Opens on Sunday. $74 million project finally coming to fruition. And that might be dicey as drivers learn the whole new traffic pattern under the overpass, on the interstate as well.
It is pretty confusing. I know I get pretty confused when I go out there and try and drive through that area. So once those cones are gone, could be a little treacherous.
Well, it's going to be a whole new deal. This is the first Diverging Diamond in Florida. More on that in this upcoming news block right now at 6:33.
Topping our news this morning, thick black smoke could be seen for miles yesterday from a 5-alarm fire at a tire warehouse in Bradenton.
As our Rick Adams tells us, it took firefighters hours to get that blaze under control.
This was the scene Thursday afternoon. Heavy smoke and lots of flames destroying hundreds of tires at Callahan Tires on 12th Street Court East in Bradenton. Workers from the tire warehouse tell us the fire most likely started on land next door to their business, destroying a bunch of vehicles and a small building.
It was a loud explosion. It sounded like almost a car blowing up. And so I know they have cars inside that building. They do like mechanical work there and stuff.
For workers at Hughes Plumbing Supply, this was a frightening ordeal for them. Their building sits right across the street from Callahan Tires.
We just heard a big boom noise go off, and we looked over, we didn't see much, and then we kind of went back to pulling and just kind of looked back out, and all of a sudden there's black smoke everywhere.
We were shocked at first, what something like this could be happening right next to us.
Fire officials say the fire started around noontime, forcing the evacuation of nearby homes, businesses, and a preschool. A warehouse worker and 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries. More than 100 firefighters from Manatee and Sarasota counties battled this 5-alarm fire for hours. There were also many other county agencies on hand to assist.
They all responded very quickly. I think the first initial fire engine was on scene within minutes.
In addition to having to fight this fire in extreme heat and windy conditions, firefighters were also dealing with some environmental concerns.
Because of the runoff of the water with the oils and other chemicals that those tires give off that we got to capture so it doesn't start polluting the stormwater system.
In Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
Developing overnight, a 4-alarm fire in Sarasota burns 4 units of an apartment complex just off Fruitville Road. The fire broke out around 8 p.m. at the Fair Oaks Apartments on Barlow Avenue. It began in the attic before spreading into one apartment. Crews were able to put out that fire within an hour. There's no word yet on if anyone was inside at the time. However, the Red Cross is assisting the 4 families that have been displaced. And an update now on that wildfire that has burned 3,500 acres in Sarasota County. The Florida Forest Service says the rain tree fire in Northport is now 80% contained. Crews from Florida and South Carolina are continuing the cleanup process and also maintaining that fire from spreading. It first broke out early Saturday in the RV Griffin Preserve. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Over in Nokomis, a pipe break causes a sidewalk to collapse, leading to some major traffic problems yesterday. According to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, the intersection of Laurel and Albee roads functioned as a 3-way stop while crews worked on repairing that pipe. Florida Power and Light shut down power at the intersection for about 8 hours overnight, but everything is expected to be back up and running this morning.
We are hearing now from friends and family of 2 teens who were hit by a car on Siesta Drive in Sarasota. Police say the accident happened on Saturday night when a 15-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy were trying to cross Siesta Drive. The victims' families say they are Erica Ross and Matthew Batchy. Now, Ross was seriously injured and she is still in the hospital. Unfortunately now, Batchy's family says he sustained brain injuries and passed away Wednesday morning. A memorial is set for Saturday night on the beach. His friends are shocked.
His presence, it was always with you no matter what, and I just feel like it never left. He's just so young, he had so much to look forward to, and in the blink of an eye, it went away.
Police say the driver is being cooperative. So far, no charges have been filed. Another driver escaped with minor injuries after hitting an alligator on I-75 in Northport and flipping her SUV. State troopers say Jennifer Rosinski of Broward County hit the 9-foot gator on Tuesday night. She lost control and flipped several times. Luckily, she suffered just minor injuries. And suspense is building for Sunday's big debut of the diverging diamond near Lakewood Ranch. The $74 million project has been under construction now for nearly 2 years. It will include a major shift of lanes. The project is 80% complete, but enough for workers to begin the new pattern starting Sunday at I-75 and University Parkway. This will be the state's first diverging diamond project.
Happening today, after 4 days of testimony, the jury in the Andres Avalos murder trial is expected to hear closing arguments before the case is handed over for deliberations. The defense calling 4 witnesses to the stand on Thursday, including a radiologist, psychologist, and neurologist, as the defense tries to convince the jury that Avalos suffers from a psychological disorder. Using a PET scan as evidence, they claim he has an abnormal brain. A psychologist says he suffers from delusional disorder, which causes paranoia, leading him to believe his wife was cheating on him.
He maintained that that was the case, his belief that here's his enemy, she's not respecting him, he's feeling like she's not afraid of him, he's not being taken seriously, and basically I think he snapped and lost it.
Avalos waived his right to testify, saying it was out of respect for the families involved. Attorneys will be back at 8 a.m. this morning for closing arguments. The judge expects that case to be turned over to the jury for deliberation around noon. A Sarasota man faces aggravated battery charges this morning after police say he threatened, tied up, and beat another man with knives and chains. Last Friday, Sarasota police officers responded to Mabel Longway for a report of a robbery. Police say near that area, Lamar Morris told another man to go with him inside a shed. Once they were in, Morris asked him where his stuff was. He then used a chain to tie the victim's hands behind his back and wrapped a chain around his neck to the point where the man could not breathe. Morris eventually left, and the victim was able to free himself and run to a nearby home.
A somber event at the airport yesterday as a soldier's body was returned home. Major Daniel Doyle's body was found in an industrial area in Italy earlier this month. The 32-year-old father of 2 was a National Guardsman and a Booker High School graduate. Major Doyle was 2 months into a 6-month deployment. His remains were brought back to his family, his casket draped with the American flag.
Well, it's always an honor, and the sad part about it is that, there's usually a family left behind, so to see his wife and his 2 young daughters is very emotional.
The cause of Major Doyle's death is still under investigation. Funeral services are set for later on this month.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office gets another victory in the ongoing fight against the opioid epidemic. A Bradenton man is under arrest after several drugs were found inside of his home. Detectives obtaining a search warrant for Eugene Betancourt's home on 19th Street East in Bradenton. Small amounts of heroin, marijuana, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and several other substances and drug paraphernalia were recovered. He's facing 11 charges, including 3 counts of sale of methamphetamine, possession of heroin, and possession of marijuana. And as the fight against the opioid crisis continues here on the Suncoast, we are now getting a better idea of how federal funds to address the issue will be distributed. Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan says the state's distribution of federal anti-drug funds will help Sarasota, Manatee, and Hillsborough counties fight the deadly heroin and opioid epidemic. The new funding was allocated to 7 groups selected by the governor to distribute a total of $18 million for treatment of people with substance abuse. Roughly $6 million of those dollars will be divided among 14 counties that include right here in Sarasota and Manatee.
All right, 6:41 right now. I imagine 100 degrees broke a record yesterday.
Indeed it did, by 3 degrees. It was quite a big record that was broken, and it lasted about 75 years. So, you know, it's pretty remarkable to get a temperature of that magnitude this early on in the season.
75 years.
Yep,
Holy
probably do
moly.
that again today too. Probably break a record. We'll talk about it in just a minute.
Also, still ahead, we're hearing now from Mrs. Tom Brady.
We'll tell you why she's saying the NFL and her husband's health after this.
If you're trying to balance caring for your mother and being a mother to your children, we can help. It's what we do. Call Granny Nannies today.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperature warm outside, 77 degrees already with a dew point value of 71. It feels sticky, it feels humid. As the sun rises, we'll see plenty of it, and that will help boost our temperatures up into the, again today, mid to upper 90s. Yeah, really warm. Across the area, temperatures are everywhere you look, in the mid 70s at least, upper 70s right along the coastline, and the drought indexes continue to rise. The big ridge of high pressure that has been sitting over us for days now, bringing us all the sunshine and kind of reducing our rain chances just a little bit, has weakened just a tad. The water vapor imagery, which shows you the swirls and motions in the atmosphere, shows you where the dry air is and where it is not. The tan is the dry air, and you can see it's kind of sinking southward, and so the amount of dry air aloft is beginning to shrink just a little bit. That's because of a movement of the high pressure ridge. That's aloft in the atmosphere. Now, at the surface, the moisture is also increasing. You look at the dew point values down in the southern tip of the state, and we have temperatures, dew point temperatures that are about as high as they get in the state of Florida. 76 degrees in Key West, 74 degrees in Miami. We have 71 here in Sarasota, but that dew point temperature will be rising, I think, as we head into the afternoon. An injection of surface moisture will lift northward, which is a good thing. It will influence our fire weather danger. The drought index shows that compared to last week, the drought, that area in red there, that's extreme drought, and it has expanded to about double the real estate that it had before, and now encompasses most of our inland counties. The fire danger index has actually gone down in a few locations because of the increase in moisture across the region, which is a good thing. That'll reduce the fire risk a little bit. It's still very dangerous out there, though. The frontal boundary moves east. The high-pressure ridge adjusts to that. It allows moisture to surge northward, and our rain chances elevate by about 10–15% today to about 30%. Our daytime highs, though, stay warm. We'll have elevated rain chances compared to yesterday anyway, over the course of the weekend as well. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic, looks like 64 heading east of 301, seeing an increase in congestion. Other than that, looks like only some congestion on 41 as you head towards Cortez Road. I-75 looking good as we head into Sarasota County. Looks like some congestion in traffic on 41. Also, that diverging diamond plan is opening. We're going to take a live look out there this morning. That opens on Sunday after more than a year of construction. That is the first one to be in the state of Florida.
$74 million project,
Wow.
and this Sunday we'll see how the drivers maneuver it.
That'll be interesting. And back at the maps, let's take a look into South County. Looking pretty good throughout that area on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, a Florida city is being named the #1 spot where people say they eat the healthiest in the entire United States.
A Gallup survey asked more than 350,000 Americans across nearly 200 cities if they eat healthy. First ranked was Naples, followed by Barnstable, Massachusetts, and Santa Cruz, California. No other Florida cities made the top 10. The study's lead author says eating healthy tends to correlate with exercise and also professional achievement. The cities who eat the least healthy included Lubbock, Texas, Memphis, and Cincinnati.
Two of those are southern states.
Yeah, I'm surprised Buffalo didn't make that list. I'm from Buffalo because every corner has a donut shop, chicken wings, beef on wick, and every time I go home I gain 5 pounds.
I know. I feel like that anytime anybody goes home, you're just like, oh, my favorites, need them.
Entertainment news, Tom Brady's supermodel wife says her husband had a concussion last year on the football field.
But now the NFL doesn't appear to be backing up that claim. Former supermodel Gisele Bündchen said in an interview that Brady has had concussions in the past, but wouldn't go into further detail on exactly how many. According to a Patriots spokesperson, Brady was not listed on an injury report in the 2016 season for a concussion or a head injury. The NFL released a statement Wednesday saying the league has reviewed all reports relating to the quarterback and that there are no records that indicate he suffered a head injury or concussion.
An update now on the Soundgarden lead singer Chris Cornell. Turns out he hanged himself in his hotel Wednesday night, hours after his concert in Detroit. He was just 52 years old.
And Bobby Moynihan is apparently taking his final bow on Saturday Night Live this week. A source close to the show confirmed to CNN that the longtime cast member is leaving the series. Moynihan has spent 9 seasons on the show. He was best known on SNL for his impersonations of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and characters like Drunk Uncle. Off-screen, he has co-written some of the show's most iconic sketches, including the Undercover Boss sketch.
Still ahead, first self-driving cars, and now self-driving garbage trucks?
What? We'll show you the latest technology and tell you who's in charge of those tests when we come back.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess?
You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second Spin Mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
one.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Well, don't forget, this Sunday, the Diverging Diamond opens. That means a whole new traffic pattern on University. So this should be interesting. You'll be going to different sides of the median. It's the first time in Florida they've tried this, and suspense is building.
Yeah, make sure to pay attention to those roadways if you're out there crossing through that area. As Ray mentioned, lots of different patterns going across through that area.
Looking forward to that project being completed later on this summer, and then we can flow through there more easily, hopefully.
Yes. Well, here are some top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast this morning.
That cause of a massive fire is still under investigation at that tire warehouse in Manatee County. Thick black smoke could be seen for miles around the area. 5-alarm fire broke out just after noon yesterday.
And happening today after 4 days of testimony, the jury in the Andres Avalos murder trial is expected to hear closing arguments before that case is handed over for deliberations. Attorneys will be back at 8 a.m. this morning for those closing arguments, and the judge will expect to turn over that case to the jury about noon.
Suncoast area Congressman Vern Buchanan says the state's distribution of federal anti-drug funds will help Sarasota, Manatee, and Hillsborough counties. The $6 million will be divided among 14 counties.
Taking a look at traffic this morning, 301 heading south, really seeing the biggest increase in traffic throughout Manatee County as we head into Sarasota County. Looks like some congestion on its normal spots on Bee Ridge Road and Clark Road. I-75 looking good as you head into South County. As we head throughout that direction, you can see some slowdowns on Business 41 around Venice. John?
Another record-breaking day, certainly possible for our high temperature. We'll look for a daytime high that tops out around 96, and a little bit better rain chance today, too. By the evening hours, about 30% chance, about a 40% chance on Saturday. Daytime highs will again be warm, and we'll start to see those temperatures maybe decrease a little bit as we head into the new work week.
All right, finally, we've heard of self-driving cars. How about self-driving garbage trucks. That's what Volvo is now testing. This garbage truck can drive itself, back down streets, go in reverse, and use laser sensors to make stops at garbage cans. It won't be able to load the trash, so they'll still have garbage men present for that. The company will begin tests on a closed course, thankfully, next month before shifting to public streets later on this fall. Meet George Jetson.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, we get press releases about these driving cars seems like every other week now. So I think in about 30 years or so, it's going to be a new world out there.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it's a better idea to have driverless cars and trucks.
Why not?
Maybe it'll help.
Yeah, I think it will.
All right, enjoy your weekend. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.